Okay. Hello everyone, hi kids, hello parents. Today we're going to introduce our next workshop, how to create a board game in Scratch. Just to remind you that your child can use and create different Scratch programs on their website. It's completely free. That he can create his own account on scratch.mit.edu. Create account, and then just he can use either online version or he can upload Scratch for desktop version of Scratch. And then Romy today, who is an expert in Scratch, and she knows how to create different projects, games, stories in that program. She will share how to create a board game today. So listen to this workshop, and then you can repeat this workshop. If you don't remember something, you can always go to our Facebook page and watch this video again. We hope that you will enjoy this workshop. Thank you, Romy, for having us today.
So this is what a project that we'll be making looks like. And it will be a project where you have a bird, and when you press the green flag, everything restarts. You have a bird, and you can customize its background, you can add accessories, and you can change its color. When you press done, it will show you the final result. Now let's show you how to make it. First, let's go here to we started a new project, and we're going to just name it. And first things first, we're going to delete our scratch cat, unless you want to use your scratch cat instead of the bird. Because I'm making it one way, but that may not be the way that you like it. So you can customize it the way you want to customize it and change it to however you'd like it to be. Now we need to upload all our sprites and all our costumes. So the first thing we're going to do is the bird. So you don't have to use a bird, like I said, but you want to do more like a cartoon bird, so then you can add its accessories more easily. And I like it to be round because then it's... So this is the bird I used last time, and I uploaded it already, but you can upload any one of these, and make sure it's a PNG. How do you know? When you download it, you'll see that it has a .png. So I'm going to go to choose the sprite, and I'm going to upload my bird. And here is my sprite that it's just uploaded right now. So it's very big, and how we can change the size of it, we can go to size here and do it to however size we like. I changed it to size 50, but if yours is an okay size when you upload it, then leave it like that. Then drag it to wherever it is, and you can just leave it there. Now we're going to upload all the rest of our sprites. So the rest of our sprites will be the buttons, these 3 buttons, and the done button. So let's do that. Now if you like, you can take your bird so that it's facing the other way, which is what I'm going to do right now. How do you do that? When you click on the sprite, you'll see these 3 bars on the top. You'll see code, costumes, and sound. Code is where you code all of the, you give all its actions and everything. So we're going to go to costumes, and this is where you'll see all the costumes of the bird. So this is our one costume that we have, unless you have multiple costumes, but usually you won't have that if you're uploading one. If it's from the Scratch library, then that can happen. So you could choose the one costume you want, and then you'll see a menu on the top, and you'll do flip horizontal, then it's facing the other way. Okay, so now we're gonna upload the rest. We're gonna paint these. So the first one will be the color button. And for the color button, let's just do a couple of squares. So the first one will be red. You can change the color, change the outline, do it however you like. And if it's your first time, then you can just go ahead and explore and draw a bit of it on it, and then you'll figure out how it works a lot quicker.
What are we making?
We're making a bird game. So next we're gonna make another square and this is the way I'm gonna make my color block. But you can create it.
I'm really good at Scratch.
On your own. And then you can customize your own block because this is just the way I'm making it. Then you could just paint your own buttons here. Or you don't even have to paint them, you can upload one or find one in the Scratch library. So here's my block here. And I'm just going to drag that to the side, and then we're going to make the rest of our block, which is the background and the hats. So we'll start with the background button. So because that will be the easier one. We're going to take any background you like. You can make it light blue. Let's say we're going to make it light blue today. And we're just going to drag that out here. And we're just going to make some kind of yellow circle. Just do a scene there so that it's understandable that this is going to be your background block. Yeah, to make a brown, which is what I'll be making, go to the orange, and then you'll see here you can make it darker so that's brown. And I'm just gonna make that as my picture. And now you'll see it's very thin. It's too thin actually. So we're gonna go here and we're gonna make it a bit thicker. So then it's gonna be more thicker the more you do. So I made it really thick here. And then it'll be good the way you want. So now you'll go over to here and then you can drag that to the top. And then the last one will be the hat. So here we're gonna upload one from the Scratch library. Just search hat, or you can make any other accessory that you want, and you'll see all these choices. So just choose one, and we're gonna delete all the costumes except the costume that you want to use for the button. For me will be this one. So I'll just place it there, drag it onto my screen, and now we can upload our background. So go to the Scratch library and you'll see a lot of choices, and then you can choose whichever choice you want. So I'm going to choose sky because it's a bird. Actually, we're going to put the background. I'm going to search sky up here because it's a bird, and I'm going to say blue sky because it's pretty plain. The plainest one is just blue. And so that will be good for the background. Okay, now, once you've done that, we can get to the coding part. Last but not least, actually, we have to make our done button, but that's the easiest of them all. When I was coding it for the first time, then what I did was I did the done button at the end. But right now, we're going to prepare everything beforehand so that it's ready for us when we start coding. And then we can delete our outline, and you can just stretch out here a rectangle, drag it down to the bottom and make sure it's not too big or too small. You can even drag the bird to another place just to make space for our done button. Then you have your text. And can even just change the font here. Good. Okay, so now let's get to the coding part. Now the coding in here will be on the buttons and not on the bird. So we'll start with the hat one, since that's going to be the most complicated one. So for all of them, we're going to say when flag clicked, show, because at the end we're going to make them disappear. So on flag click show. And now if you happen to have a lot of codes and a lot of blocks and you have to do that for multiple sprites, so you can't copy. You can see I'm right clicking it. I don't see any copy or paste. So what I do is I take my block and I drag it over to any sprites that need it. Now you'll see when I'm dragging it over it, it starts wiggling. If it's wiggling, then that's a good sign. That means I've dragged it successfully. And also you can check, so you see it just came up here. So let's go to the done button, and now all except the bird have our when flag click show. Now we're gonna go back to our hats, and we're gonna say and then now we're gonna tell it when flag click show, and we're gonna go to the bird because the bird needs to have all the hat on it. So for the hats will be the only thing that will actually be using multiple costumes of the bird, and because the color, even though it may seem like we only have multiple costumes of the bird, for the color we don't. And there are different ways that you can make the bird change colors. Now the background that focuses on the background, not on the bird, so that we won't need. So we're gonna do the costumes of the bird. So you're gonna upload costumes, and you'll see all of these hat choices. Choose any hats you want. It's best if you choose more hats than one, definitely. So just search hat, upload all of the hats you want, and you'll get used to typing hat so fast that you can even copy and paste it. So get another hat. I accidentally did that on the hat. So we're gonna go to our bird, and we're gonna add more hats here. So one hat. So sometimes it takes a while to load the scratch fiber, and then it does get. But we're just gonna search all our hats. We're gonna get multiple hats, preferably at least 5, because that will give a bigger variety for the people playing their game, and then it'll be more interesting. So you can get the party hat, which I find fits best to my bird, and that's all the ones I'll be using. So you're gonna select your party hats and just make them bigger. And see that it kind of breaks it into pieces. So just if you feel like you can, then you can just make all the pieces big separately. But these pieces need to be a lot bigger than this. So what I'm gonna do is actually, this does find a lot of problems. So when I was first doing this, I got confused. So what you need to do, you're gonna go to the Scratch library, search your hat, because the only way you can get it without pieces is the very first time it pops up. And only now we can click on it, and then we'll make it bigger the way we want it to be. So that's about how big I want it, and I'll take that and I'll move it over where on top of the bird will be. Now I'm going to take my bird, I'm going to copy it, what you see on the bottom top here, and I'm going to paste it here, drag it down where it will fit the hat, and then just like that, you can copy this. You have your bird here, you can paste it and then drag it on top of the bird's head, and then you have your hat. So it does seem a bit complicated, but then once you do it with a few hats, you can get used to it pretty quickly. So I'm not going to do too much hats today because yeah, so we're going to get this hat because of course it's our symbol here, so of course we need to get it on here. Just make it big. We're just going to copy it, and we're going to just delete it here. You can paste it and then just make it bigger than it is now. So that seems pretty big enough to me. So I'll drag it there, I'll drag it there, and then I'll copy our bird again, I'll paste our bird up here. And then you can do this. Oops. We're gonna so it does get yellow. Hold up. So I'm only gonna do about 4 or 3 hats today. So I'm gonna paste my bird. I'm gonna take my hat. And I'm just gonna take my bird and I'm gonna put it there. So then the bird has a hat on. And I'm gonna do just a few more. So it's best if you do some hats that don't have too much pieces, because those are the ones obviously preferable. We're gonna take that, we're gonna copy it, we're gonna delete it again, because sometimes when you upload it, like it just breaks apart, it's broken up into more than one piece. So then once you paste it again, then it will be in a normal size. So this is my 3rd hat, and I'm probably gonna do about 4. So let's drag it up top here, make it a bit bigger, and then copy our bird, paste our bird, and then drag our bird down here. Then we're gonna do one last hat, which is this party hat that I have, and we're gonna copy it. Paste it, and we're gonna make it bigger. And then we're gonna put paste that. I'm gonna make it bigger here. Oh, let's not flip it upside down. We're gonna make it bigger here, and then we're gonna take it up top. Now we're gonna get our bird, copy for the last hat, and paste. So that did take a while. Now we have all of these costumes, which is good. And now for a backdrop, we're just gonna go to the backdrop and just go ahead and scroll through all of this and upload as much backdrops as you like, because for this we're not gonna upload each one separately, so you can upload as much backdrops as you like. It's very simple to upload a backdrop. You just press choose a costume and find a backdrop. So I already have about a few, and I'll add one more. I already have about 9 backdrops here, which is very cool. I'm going to delete the first backdrop that automatically comes, which is just a blank white, and I don't need it. So I have this whole choice, and you'll see as soon as I click on one, you'll find it back there, but you know, we're not going to stand behind the curtain and doing this. So Now, once we have that, we have all the preparations done, and it'll be very simple to code it. We're going to go to our hat block, and we're going to say, when this sprite clicked. So we're going to be using broadcasting again today. We're going to broadcast message, not message one, just an automatic one. We're going to call it hat. And then we're gonna go to the bird where we made all our hat costumes with our bird. And we're gonna say, when I receive hat, we're gonna go to looks. We're gonna say next costume. So what happens, and when we click the hat, all of the costumes with our birds and its hats are shown up. And now we're going to say over here when we say when flag clicked, that's good. So now we're going to go here and we're going to say when flag clicked. We're going to go to our bird. We're going to say when flag clicked, switch costume to this bird. Because why do we do that? Because now that we have all those hat costumes, when you stop it, when you customize it, if for example to a party hat, if you were to customize it to the party hat, then once you press flag again, it won't go back and automatically restart the game. It will keep your party hat, and then you won't be able to play and reset it or anything. So now we're gonna start coding for our colors. We're gonna say when this sprite clicked, broadcast, and we're gonna say new message, color. Gonna go to our bird because everything revolves around the bird for the hat and the color buttons, and we're gonna say when I receive color. I receive color, then we're going to say you see here, I said we wouldn't need any more costumes because we don't. When you go to the looks bar, you'll see something with color. You'll see change color effect by 25. That's what we'll be using. There's also things like fisheye, like that, which we don't need. So yeah, and then we're gonna do set change color effect by 25. So you'll see here when I press the color block, it changes its colors. Then we have to go back to normal one, and there we go. Now I'll also tell it. I'm gonna go to the bird and I'm gonna say also adding to the when flag clicked, set color effect to 0 so that it changes back to its original costume. And now for the last one, second to last one, is our backdrop. And we're gonna go to our backdrop button and we're gonna say when this sprite clicked, because you can control the backdrop straight from this sprite, no broadcasting needed. Just say next backdrop. There we go. And now for the final button, we have the done button. This one will we'll just say when it's done, everything except the bird disappears. So how we're gonna do that is say when this sprite clicked. First of all, hide. Then, in our events bar, broadcast, new message, done. Then we're going to go to all of our buttons and we're going to say, when I receive, done, hide. And also make sure they have the when flag clicked show. Otherwise, they won't show when we click the flag, and a few of them will be missing. So let's copy that like I taught you before. Just drag it over to the sprites, the color of the hat, and that's all. So now when we press the done, everything is gone. Then when we press this, everything shows up again. So once we've got our game here, it is a pretty nice game. But it does seem a bit boring, so we're gonna add some music. So how we're gonna do that, let's go to the backdrops. I'm gonna go to sounds. And to find some background music, you can either upload it or go to the Scratch library and you'll find loops. Those are songs that can be played over and over and over and over again to make kind of a background music. So I'm gonna probably use So I'm gonna just say this one, and I'm gonna go to the code area, and I'm gonna say, when flag clicked, go to control, forever, and we're gonna go to sound, play sound, whatever song you can do until done. So here we have our final project. If you're making this at home, you can do it and you can play the game. And it's really fun to make your own bird and it's customize it. And there's our final result. So thank you for participating in this workshop.